Welcome to today's class. So in today's class, we'll be cutting a straight sleeveless gown, but it's going to have a kind of little slant in form of an A-shaped gown at the edge. So today, first you measure out your shoulder. So I have my shoulder measurement as 8 inches. Then, like I told you earlier about measuring the armhole measurement. For adult, armhole measurement is 8 inches. So I have my 8 here. The hope is visible enough. Then from here, I'm going to make sure to measure 8 inches all through. So here I have 8. I have 8. I have 8 inches. So from here, I'm going to be measuring my bust. Then for my bust measurement, I have 36 inches. So that's going to be 36 divided by 4. And that's going to give us 9. So I have my bust measurement as 9. Then I have my dart measurement. I have 1 inches for dart measurement. Then I have 2 inch for sewing allowance. You can make it 1.5, and you can also make it 1. So for this, I'm using 2 inches for sewing allowance. So from there, I'll measure my half length. For half length, I have 17 inches. I have 17 inches. So from here, this is where I'm going to be measuring my waist measurements. So for waist measurements, I have 32. So 32 divided by 4 is going to give me 8. So I have 8 for my waist measurement. Then I have 1 for that measurement. Then I have 2 inch for sewing allowance. I have 2 inches for sewing allowance. So I'm going to bring it down from, bring it like this. I'm going to bring it down from here. You can also make use of your ruler. Then from here, to measure your hips measurement. For hips measurement, like I told you, for kids it's 5 inches, and for adults you measure your 8 inches down. So here I have 8. I have 8 inches. I have 8 inches. That's for my hips measurement. So for hips measurement, I have 38. That's going to be 38 divided by 4. That's 38 divided by 4. That's going to give me 9.5. So 38 divided by 4, I have 9.5 inches. 9.5. Then 1 inch for that, and 2 inches for sewing allowance. Then I bring my curve from here and make use of your ruler. And if your hand is straight enough, you can make use of your hand. So I have this is my hips measurement. So if I want to make it assuming it's a straight gown, I'm just going to pick my ruler and measure it straight down like this. So You're going to measure it down like this. Adding is a straight down, but this is going to be a little flared short gown. So I'm going to make my curve from here, and I have it like that. Hope it's visible enough for you to see. So you bring it from here. Now, if it is a straight gown, you just bring your measurement from here and rule a straight line downwards here. Or if you can't do that, you look at the measurement you have here, which is 12 and a half, and you measure your 12 and a half downwards, and you make your sketch. So that's that. This the front part of it. So I'll be, for the neck measurement, it's a round neck. It's a round neck gown. So here I have it as 3.5. I have it as 3.5, and here I have 3.5. Then I'll make my curve. And then I'll cut it out. So this is my neck measurement. Then for this one part, I'm cutting it out now. Then before I forget, then for the armhole, your armhole, you have it as, so you bring your curve right from here. For the armhole, you bring your curve from here down to this point of the cutting. You make your curve. And you see, you make your curve. Then you cut it out. And there we have it. This for the front part of the gown. This for the front part of the gown. So to cut out the back, you have it like this. So for the back, the reason I am placing it like this is that I'm leaving this side. This is 1 inch. You can make it 2 inches. You can make it 1.5 inch. It depends on the length of fabric you have. Like this that I'm making use of, this is just a 2 yards material. This is just a 2 yards material. So to cut out this now, I'll be making use of 1 inch here. I'm going to leave it out for zip allowance. I'll be leaving it for zip allowance. You can see where I placed it. I didn't place it here because it's going to have a cut right here and also a cut here also. So I'm going to cut it out. That's just cutting out. So once you have your front, you don't need to start measuring it all over again to cut out the back of it. All you just need to do is to place it. You place it on this other side of it, and then you have it. Don't forget the side I left over there is for zip allowance. Zip allowance. You can make your zip allowance 2 inch, and you can also make it 1.5 inch. It depends on the length of material you are having with you. That's all. Then another thing that makes it different, you don't cut out the neck the same way. For my neck, I'm just bringing down with it too. So I'll just make it 2. For the neck, I'm making it 2. So I'm just going to make my curve from here right to this part. So here is my back and here is my front. Then I'm cutting out my lining. To cut out the lining is also the same thing. You just need to place this material right on it. Yeah, this is the lining material. It's not a full lining. I'm not giving it full lining. So you place it on it. That's all about it. All you just need to do is just to sew it and join it together, since it's just a sleeveless. Hello everyone. So now we'll be joining our gown together. Shall we start? First of all, I'll be joining the lining together. I'm starting with the neck. So this is the back. The same method applies to it. You join everything together. So once this is done, then you turn it out and use your iron to make it smooth and neat. So before joining it together to make it one. And maybe in other videos I'll show you how to make using different things to turn your fabric. You can use your bias, and at the same time you can use your lining, and at the same time you can use you can cut out a facing. You can cut out a facing for it. So probably in our next video I'll explain better on that. So I've done that and I've ironed it out. So now I need to fix my zip to the back. Before that, I'll measure the one I need, and the other part is what I am going to sew downwards. So from that place I chalked is where I'll be sewing downwards before joining the zip. So that is done. Remember I added 1 inch for zip allowance. So is that one that is being sewn down. So now I'm fixing the zip. We have different ways of fixing it, but this is one. So we have different ways of fixing the zip. So this is one of it, and the most common and simple one. So now I'll be joining the shoulders together. So you bring it together and sew it. So now that I've joined the shoulders together alongside, I've joined the zip. So now the next thing we'll be doing now is to join the side and then round it up. So to do this, we are going back to our measurements. Don't forget, we are going back to our measurements. So we have our bust as 36, which is 9. We have our bust as 36. 36 divided by 2, that is 18. So from here I have 5 inches left. So that 5 inches is going to be divided by 2. That is 2.5. So I'll be sewing 2.5 from the shoulder. Then I hope you didn't forget the half length, which is 17. Then we have our waist as 32, which is 16. You mark it out. Then you check the remaining inches here. Then you divide by 2. So I have 5. That's sewing allowance, that's divided by 2. So that means I'll be taking 2.5 from this side as well. So now I'll move on to my hips measurement, which is from waist, that's 8. I have 38 divided by 2, that is 19. So that's divided by, so I have 2.5. I have 2 inches. So I'll be taking 2 inches from the two sides. So don't forget, you need to measure it that way to make sure your measurement is accurate. So here I have it as 2.5. My shoulder. Here too I have it as 2.5. So I'm making my sketch. I have it here. Then from here I have it as 2. So I'll bring it out from here. Don't forget the curve. I have it like that. And then the rest is just going to be, I'm going to pick that 2 straight down to the edge. So that's going to be all about it. Then you come back to this side to measure the same thing. So here you have it. That's all about your gown. So if you have any question, feel free to ask. Yes, if you have any question, feel free to ask. I will be there to reply you. So thank you and God bless you. Meet again in our next class.